internet space. And that's what I have right now in my temporary location in Florida, Sir Lord Travis Wright, is unreliable bandwidth.
Congratulations. That's good. It does seem like it. That's just me. I'm just unreliable. Your internet seems fine so far.
Yeah, actually, I'm hearing I'm trying to find out where the stream is. So I'm hearing myself.
You're hearing yourself?
I am all over the place. So hang on a second. I just don't know where it's coming from. I'm not saying words. I don't know where it is.
Well, hopefully you don't hear me.
I hear all kinds of things. So, yeah, hang on.
From the live portable studio, somewhere in Florida, with his big yellow microphone.
I found it. I found the place with the things.
All right, good deal.
So
you look a little different with your little headphones on there.
I got my headphones. My hair is all pressed down, but it doesn't matter because this show is going to be epic. We've got Mr. Digital Oil, the creator of Hashmasks, which went absolutely berserk on the Ethereum chain. We've got the daughter of Leonard Nimoy and her husband, Julie Nimoy and David Knight with us, and we have a first for the Nifty show, a musical performance. We're going to try to do it live, and there's going to be an NFT giveaway and an offering to go along with that on episode number 39 of the Nifty show. Let's try this.
Let's do it.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts, you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go. It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.
And welcome to the Nifty Show. I'm Joel Comm. That's Travis Wright. I'm used to broadcasting from my full studio, and this is portable. I'm doing it on a laptop. Cut me some slack, Jack.
Travis and Joel say this won't blow. Normally,
it just blew. It just blew a little bit. There's just a little bit of blowing there. Deal with it.
But it's great. The guests we have today are spectacular. I mean,
right? They
really
totally
out of the park today.
They don't blow. They make up for our blowiness by having the opposite of that. And in our first guest, I thought he was anonymous. He's not anonymous at all. He goes by Mr. Digital Oil, but his name is Alan Henna. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. It could be Hina. It could be Hinya. I don't know, but he is the creator of Hashmasks, unique one-of-one NFTs that went berserk. And we missed it, Travis. We totally missed the Hashmasks.
Totally dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah. Alan, welcome to the Nifty Show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Excellent. Do you not do video? Do you prefer to keep your camera off?
Yeah. Is that okay?
It's fine. We're gonna imagine that you look like, a 50-foot giant wearing a mask that has hashes on it.
That makes sense. Let me clarify one thing, just so I don't want to misrepresent. I am not the creator of the Hashmask. Quick story, just so you have the proper context, is the Hashmasks were created by really two individuals from within the crypto space. They are anonymous for now. I do know exactly who they are. And they basically did the entire operation by themselves. These two orchestrated, organized it, developed the code that generated the mask, and we can get into that if you like. And then the day that they started the essentially the pre-sale of the Hashmasks, I was just one of the first people in there along with two other people, and we just started helping out the community. And now we ended up being on the team. So I am on the team with two other people. We essentially run the community, and the founders are more so in the background, and they are there from sort of a guidance and funding perspective.
Okay, got it. Thank
from
you for
different
that
programs.
clarification. I appreciate you correcting me. Here at the Nifty Show, we take our editorial corrections quite seriously.
That's true. So we're going to say the first question then. Who the hell are you, Alan? Why the hell are you here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a guy that walked into the Discord, and there's always a lot of confusion. There's you get into these rooms and there's people asking the same question over and over, and I was like, who's running this Discord? I'm like, you need a fact section, like immediately, because we keep answering the same questions instead of just pointing people to the frequently asked questions. So I helped get that set up. But as far as my background, I've been in crypto for about 4 years now, heavy tech background, mainly a healthcare professional, and in the enterprise architecture, software architecture space. So crypto was very natural to me just because of my tech heavy background. And I just really been focused a lot on the last 2 years on the NFT space, anything from like buying land in Somnium space and MLB Champions, now defunct project, and then also obviously CryptoPunks and Hashmasks of late.
Okay, so let's talk about masks in particular then. The website, which you guys can see up here right now, is thehashmasks.com. Become part of digital art and collectibles history. So what are hash masks?
Yeah, so hash masks are basically like what we call decentralized artistry, right? And the reason for that is, really in the ethos and spirit of everything with cryptocurrencies is the fact that, the actual composition of the work was done by 70 different artists who are like no one artist worked on one single piece. And what that means is, for instance, if you look at like there's a book, there's a background, which different backgrounds, different books, different items like a mirror or a toilet roll or different masks. So obviously it's hash masks. So the masks, they have a bunch of different cultural masks. Even the bodies, there's robots, there's a puppet, and there's these things called mystical. So like everything that was done, no one artist like worked on one piece. So what they did was, for instance, work on one component. And then what the founders did is they wrote a generative software, which basically took the different components, ran some random number generators, and they created 16,384 unique hash masks. And the one thing about the hash mask that to me is like, there's two big parts of it. Well, three. The decentralized artistry, it's truly decentralized art, right? Because you had at least 70 different artists. Those artists are unknown. They will never be shared. There's that, is that these are like the first collectibles that are both really, to me, art and at the same time collectibles, right? So like the CryptoPunks, I'm not saying they're not art, but like they don't necessarily have like the visual appeal. And those are like the blue chip, like NFTs, even like things like Axies and CryptoKitties. They're cool, respectable projects. I'm not putting them down by any means. I mean, I have CryptoPunks myself as well. But what I'm saying is the hash masks sort of have this far better aesthetic that I found. And at the same time, they're collectibles. And there's like these different rarity traits and data, explicit traits, implicit traits, all these sort of things that sort of got the community really involved in like trying to understand the uniqueness of each one. The other things that the hash masks do, and a lot of people don't know this, is that when you're a hash mask owner, you have full commercial rights to monetize that hash mask. And that's the only thing that hash masks are the only project that really do that. No other project has given that sort of freedom to the owner to be able to monetize it.
So and you mean if you own this one here, number 29 Wrecked, you can put it on t-shirts and sell it?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. That is unusual. Yeah.
And what we're doing is at the same time partnering. Like, for instance, 2 weeks ago, we partnered with Terra Virtua, and they're making collectibles for a specific mask. And then with the mask, they have these things called VFlex with Terra Virtua, and you can actually resell those and get like 15% of your mask. So if you own a mask, Terra Virtua will make these collectibles in their universe. They're an AR platform. And then if people buy those VFlex, you get like 15% of that. And that's only you, because you're the hash mask owner, right? So we're setting that up. We've got some other things in the pipeline that I can't necessarily share in full detail right now that are going to give Hashmask owners additional paths for monetization. We're actually going to Times Square. There's a tribes competition going on right now, where one of the things that really sort of organically took place, and this was with no doing of anybody on the team, because all these hash masks and there's all these different traits, some that are explicitly stated, some implicitly just by visually people counting them, is we have these different tribes that were created, other Discord servers, and they would go there. So for instance, if there's one for like the dragons, there's one for the shadow monkeys, there's one for Alcoholics Anonymous, which is the ones that have like the bottle on them, right? They have the Chinese mask one, they have the Mexican mask tribe, they have so there were like 20 of them, right? So we have this like tournament style, just like March Madness right now. We have this tournament style thing going on where 16 of the tribes were selected. We're now in the middle of the third round, and ultimately, and every round presents a new challenge, and then we vote on it, like the actual Hashmask owners vote on it. And the winner, ultimately, that winning Hashmask mask with the best story and best name is going to be on Times Square on April 3rd. So that's going to be a pretty big deal. So we're looking forward to that. That's not like, it's already paid, and that's one of the things about the founders is the founders are very engaged, and they want, they made money, but they want to continue to give money back into via grant programs. They've spent about 40 grand on retroactive and future forward grant programs, and we continue to review grant programs. And the Tribes competition is just one of those things to just continue to build the brand and exposure of Hashmask. The project isn't even 2 months old yet. It'll be 2 months old next week.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing. It's one of those things where a friend messaged me and goes, "Oh, damn, did you see hash masks?" And by the time that I saw it, they were already selling the last three for 100 ETH each. And that's, I don't know, 100 ETH, that seems just a little out of my range. Now, was that basically mint number 1, mint number 2, and mint number 3? Was that the top 100, or was those the last 3?
No, it was randomized. It's like, no, whether you bought the first one, the middle one, or the end one, there was no special weighting given. The sales were done on a binding curve, and binding curves are really popular right now. And I would say mainly because of the Hashmask model, is because you get a lot of sales in early, and you establish a floor where you see like, whoa, they've got like 7,000 masks sold. But then those people only paid, like, for instance, either 0.1 or 0.3 Ethereum, right? So you sort of built up momentum, and that's literally what happened. And honestly, we didn't think that it was going to sell out that quick in like 4 to 5 days, but that's what happened.
So once you get to this last, bid, it's like, oh, there's only 3 left. If, obviously they've sold the rest of them. So if you want it, come on in, whale.
Which raised the price of all the rest of them, which was crazy, right? It was an early one. Somebody bought one for 0.1 ETH and it sold for ridiculous amounts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we've had several sales above 100 ETH in the secondary market. So you can still go buy these things, obviously. I think within like 2 days after, someone bought one of the rarest hash masks for like 420 ETH. 2 weeks ago, we had one that sold for 200 ETH and another one for 100 ETH. So, yeah, I mean, like right now, hash masks are, of all time revenue in like US dollars, are number 2 already. Not even 2 months in. We're only behind CryptoPunks.
So like, what I want to know is, why didn't you call us first? I mean,
it was completely crazy. It was
left out of the whole thing. So you've also got this NCT token here, the name changing token. Explain how this works.
Yeah, so the name changing token is one of the other goals that the founders had for this, is that to make this art like living and basically dynamic to some extent, right? And that is done via the ability to name something, right? So when you name the mask, and that makes it alive. So as things happen, events happen, people, who knows what happens, maybe it's something personal in your life or something in the world, you want to name your mask, and you need the NCT token, and its only function is to name the mask. So you need 1,830 NCT tokens to name your mask. Now, just by holding the mask, you will get every 6 months, and it's not done all at once. It's just like little by little. You would get 1,830 every 6 months, every 1,830 NCT tokens every 6 months. So you pretty much, just by holding the mask for a year, you get enough tokens to change the name twice. And obviously you can buy these on the open market. And then when you name them, when you name the mask, the tokens get burned.
Yeah, this is fascinating. So I got this pulled up on OpenSea right now, and there are just several of them. I mean, I don't even know what the cheapest price one. The cheapest one that I see right now is like $42.
Let's see it. Share your screen.
Well, I'm trying to see it. There we go.
Let's get a look, see what's going on here.
Yeah, I think the floor is like 1.5, maybe 1.5 each.
The floor is lava.
Huh?
The floor is lava. It's hot.
Yeah. No, I think it broke up for a second. Yeah, it's interesting in this space, especially in like the bigger collectible communities. We talk about the floor a lot, and or just different prices. We think in terms of ETH, not in terms of USD, and that's one of the things I love about the Ethereum sort of community as a whole, is thinking in terms of ETH instead of just USD. I'm not saying USD is irrelevant. I'm not under that delusion. But what I am saying is that when it comes to collectibles, the measure is oftentimes in Ethereum. That's what it's measured, because that's what it's priced in, right?
Yeah, there's some cheap ones here. There's some decently priced ones that it looks like that are actually somewhat reasonable if you consider a couple grand for one of these things reasonable, which a lot of people do. I mean, some people are spending 400 ETH on some of these. Those must be pretty amazing. So this one right here has never been named.
Yeah, so that's a theory a lot of people have, is like some of these that are never named are like what are called clean masks. So people would actually want a clean mask. So the thinking of people who take that approach is kind of like, well, imagine you wanted to name you had a really cool name, and then your mask, you bought it from someone, or you previously named it like McTurdburger, and it's like, what's the value in that? Who wants that history on that mask, right? You want a clean mask, right? So some people are thinking like that. Like this project,
I don't know, Turnburger hash mask sounds pretty cool. I like that.
I mean, this project is only like not even 2 months old. So you give this community and the project a year or two, and I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of very interesting things about this project as we continue to like build out the brand and presence.
How many crypto punks are out there? What was their total?
10,000.
Okay, and there's how many of these?
16,384.
Got it. So what we're looking at here on OpenSea, people are making offers, but they're not necessarily for sale, just because offers on them.
Right.
You have to kind of look and click on what's for sale to see what somebody wants, and some of them are up for auction. And some of them are, just a hard offer. I would imagine
that kind of looks like Alf.
Yeah, there's some really interesting artwork here. I'm glad we got a deeper dive. So what happens next? What's going to happen for the community and future Hashmasks, and how do we not miss the next round?
Well, there's not going to be any more Hashmasks originals. And so we've got the Tribes competition, which will essentially culminate on April 3rd. We have some other programs that we haven't announced yet, but we want to, like, right now our focus is the Tribes competition and getting engagement in that way. And we're talking through the specifics of something like what we're calling like official digital prints. And what that means essentially is that there's a lot of copycats in this space. Like we had the Bash Mask, which somebody literally just copied and put on like Binance Smart Chain. And what we want to do is, this is just another monetization path. So we haven't worked through the specific mechanics, but we're thinking about the community first in this and how to benefit all Hashmask owners in this, definitely all Hashmask owners. And what that means is that we want to give them the ability to issue official digital prints in a way that they can sell those prints, and the Hashmask teams has zero claim on that, but they can monetize it and give them a mechanism to create like limited edition serials of their Hashmasks, which are like copies, but it's at the decision of the owner. It's a little bit complicated and there's some trade-offs there, but it's something we're thinking about because we've seen other we've seen this model sort of work in the traditional art space where they do have limited edition prints of official pieces of work, right? And so we're trying to bring that into the digital space. We just got to make sure we get the mechanics and the incentives right for Hashmask owners over the long haul. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. There's some other things that I can't, like major updates being worked on to the site, which, like I said, I can't get into that, but there's definitely some things that are being worked on for the Hashmask site. There's a lot of community projects that are going on right now. For instance, there's a guy that is opening up an entire sort of like Hashmask, like he has like a whole big piece of land in Decentraland, which is like a metaverse virtual world place. And he's going to basically be making prints like on t-shirts, and he's going to have a store running out of this world, and it's called hashies.com. So there's that going on. The Shadow Monkey tribe has an interesting sort of scavenger hunt going on right now, and there's only 223 scavenger monkeys. So a lot of people are really interested in what's going on there. Honestly, there's been so much going on with that. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that scavenger hunt, but a lot of the Shadow Monkey tribe community is just very like excited about this hunt. And one of the guys in there is a developer, and he's got some really interesting prices and things that he's going to do. So you can see that these communities are just very like, these different attributes just make it very easy for people to go off and do their own little fun things.
Right on, man.
I got a question. So whenever they created their mask, did they get to choose the mask? Or was it completely random whenever they paid their 0.1 ETH, they just randomly generated one, or do they have any say-so?
Yeah, no one had any say-so. So the masks were already randomly distributed via something called IPFS, Interplanetary File System, and that's just how all the masks are stored. So they're stored in a long term, and the provenance can be guaranteed. And what happened was, once all the masks were sold, basically a random function set the index, and once the index was set, then that just sort of gave you your alignment to the mask and the token that you had. But no one knew what that index was. It could have literally been anything, because no one could tell when it was going to occur. So it was set up for randomness, and
you
that's
get
why
what you get. You get what you get.
You get what you get, and that's the fairest way to do it, right? That there's a big focus. Like, so the other thing to point out about this is that the founders did not receive any sort of like they had to buy their masks just like everyone else, right? They didn't just get handed like any like 10% or any amount of masks because they created the project. They had to buy off the open market like everyone else.
Bringing new meaning to masking up Hashmasks. You guys can check it out at thehashmasks.com and maybe pick up a piece that appeals to you. Alan, Mr. What'd you call yourself there on Twitter? Mr.
Real Alan Henna.
Real Alan Henna.
Real ALENHENA. My avatar is actually CryptoPunk with a clown nose. So
awesome. Hey, thanks, man. We appreciate
3PO right here, looks like.
Awesome.
You said what?
It's Clown 3PO. Kind of looks like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a golden robot. That's one of the rarer ones. Yeah, for sure.
Nice, for 14 ETH. Alan, thanks for coming on, dude. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me.
Representing the Hashmask community.
Those are a mask you wouldn't mind having, right? Not those ones you have to wear, but
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the ones that I have to wear. Sir Lord Travis Wright, our next guests have arrived here in the station, and
but they teleported in potentially.
They got beamed up, I would say, right? So this is really a thrill and an honor. I think it was June, right before we released the Blockchain Hero set, the legendary William Shatner released his digital card collectible set on the Wax blockchain, sold out in, I think it was 20 minutes or something like that. And really great to see another participant from the Star Trek universe, the late, great Leonard Nimoy. Has a set coming out here, and it is being released by his daughter, Julie Nimoy, and her husband, David. And they're both with us right here now. They beamed into the Nifty show, and welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Hi, thank you.
I see the resemblance clearly.
Oh.
And I'm trying to figure out where to start here. I mean, as a little boy, I remember growing up, turning on Star Trek and seeing your dad do his thing. And of course, Mr. Spock was just the fount of wisdom, right? So let's get to that personal angle before we talk about NFTs. Growing up, Nimoy, seeing your dad do this acting work on TV and becoming such an icon. What was that like from your experience?
Well, I mean, as you can probably imagine, being really young and, before he got Star Trek, to see him do cameo roles on these TV series, it was like, the main event of the evening, where he would call my brother and I in, and we'd all sit in front of our little black and white TV and watch him on Gunsmoke or, any of the old Westerns. And then within a few years, all of a sudden, he just blew up, when he got the part of Spock in Star Trek. And I mean, my whole life just did it just, and, kind of being a kid and, not having a ton of friends in school, to like everybody all of a sudden is paying attention to me. It's like,
Are they checking your ears and stuff?
Oh yeah. But there was a lot of that.
A lot of ear jokes.
A lot of ear jokes. Yeah. But you get used to it. This is part of life. All the people coming up to you, all the fan mail coming in, hordes of fan mail in enormous bags. The mailman, I think he was really mad at us. It got a little overwhelming for him too, but it was, it was really different. But my parents, coming from very, simple lifestyles when they were younger, and they didn't have a lot. And so they really tried hard to keep us grounded, and not, get big heads,
Right on.
big egos from it.
That's
I think we stayed pretty grounded.
Very cool. So I guess my next question would be for David then. So how cool was that? You end up meeting the daughter of Spock. Like how'd that go down?
I didn't tell him who I was for a long time.
Yeah, she waited about a month.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, this is really cool, because I always admired Leonard. I respected his work. And I thought, this is really exciting. And when I had the opportunity to meet him and the family, it was a little intense, because I wasn't just meeting, Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock. I was meeting now the father of the girl that I was very interested in. So I had that angle as well. So it was a little stressful, but very.
That had to be a little stressful there, meeting the parents at that moment. That's a whole nother level of parent meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like you, you're getting the Vulcan neck pinch, dude. You're done.
That's right. But the thing with Leonard is he was so easy to talk to, so down to earth, and immediately he made me feel comfortable. There wasn't, all this tension. He wasn't asking me a million questions.
Who are you? Where
Who
are
you?
you?
What do you want from
What
my
do you do?
daughter?
Yeah.
So the whole family actually was really great. And it was just wonderful getting to know him. And he was just an amazing, really was.
Well, I think it's great that, you're being visionary and going, how do we, I'm assuming these are your motives, how do we perpetuate Dad's legacy, and also do something that will bring value to fans and raise money for a great cause. And so he would have been 90 this year.
Yes.
Is that correct?
On the 26th, he would have been
of this month. So he's he passed away 2015, right?
correct.
Okay.
February
So-
27th.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be 6 years, really. It's been 6 years since he passed, and he would be 90 on the 26th. And so how did you, I'm assuming the connection here came through Shatner and Wax, but how did you discover this space? What did you think when you first heard NF what? And what persuaded you to go down this road?
Well, just basically, like you say, Julie and I, for the last few years now, we've looked at different opportunities of ways we can honor his memory and his legacy, and at the same time draw awareness and attention to lung disease, which was so important to him before he passed away. So when we did find out about Bill Shatner's collection, we started thinking this is a great opportunity because Leonard, a lot of people don't know this about him, is he was a photographer and he took hundreds, thousands of shots. Mm-hmm. And he passed that on to Julie, who's really been the photographer for the family. Every time there's an event, something, she's ready to take those pictures, and she's a great photographer. And we thought this could really work because now we can give people a little idea of Leonard through these candid photos, throughout the years. And at the same time, we'll bring attention to COPD. Mm-hmm. And let folks know that some of the proceeds will be going towards COPD research. We work with the folks at UCLA Medical Center. So it just seemed like a great fit. And also, I think people look at Leonard as, Mr. Spock, somebody that loved high tech and somebody from the future. And I think when you're thinking about this technology and blockchain and, this clearly is, this could be really the future. That could be really a whole game changer. And so Leonard loved technology.
He would love this.
Yeah. And anytime there was a new, looking at some of these old commercials, you would see him on the latest, DVD player or CD player or the latest television. Yes. So between the combination of photography and high tech, it just seemed like it would be a great fit for us.
That's great. So let me ask then, since Julie, you're the family photographer, what percentage of these NFTs are maybe your photos?
Quite a few of them, actually. I've taken a lot of them. I think there are a few in there that my daughter, who is also a very accomplished photographer, she's also taken them. But for the most part, they are all from our personal family library.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Collection.
What was the process like to choose which ones you were going to use?
I think it, depended on time period, quality, who was the focus in it, because we have the cards with the kids, we've got pets, we've got his, the old days, when he was younger. So it was just like about, which fit and which ones really would tell a story and look the best, quality wise, because some of them are much older photographs.
We were trying to look at like photos from, different periods from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and so on. And the thing too with Leonard is you can see here, he loved pets. He was a huge animal lover. And folks may know that he had a pet shop at one time.
Was this the family dog?
Yeah, that was our first dog, Brunsy, who he brought home from a show he was on when I was 2 years old, and walked in the door. And from what my mom said, she just like flipped because we have a 2-year-old and now we have a puppy and oh my God. But he was a great dog. But he was our first dog.
They actually had a dog, Spock, too.
Yeah, well, he was when Brunsy passed away, then we got Spock.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did he ever mind meld you? I mean, he certainly had to. So the process for these NFTs is similar to what Bill Shatner did here, that you'll open packs and you'll get shards. And when you combine the shards, you then get revealed a variation of the different cards. And I got to say, I think that you've overall one-upped Bill Shatner here on these variations. I thought a couple of the ones that they had in there were kind of weak sauce. I like this, your common is your standard, your uncommon does this blur swirl thing.
Yeah.
Which is actually really cool, which looks almost like a more advanced variation potentially. That's just a really cool effect.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I would call that swirl, not blur. That's just because
I would call it swirl too. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not too late. We could change that. Then you've got the flip, named of course after Flip Wilson, which only somebody from our generation would get.
Yeah.
Then the pixelated right here, the
Mhm.
super rare collector's edition, and then the ultra rare golden
Right.
card. And I did not get any golden Shatner. In fact, I didn't get any collector's edition Shatners. I bought a lot of Shatner shards, and all I got was shard on. So hopefully with
in more ways than one by Mr. Bill Shatner. He's an interesting character when it comes to his Twitter battles with people. It's hilarious. He gets in on it sometimes.
No
So-
comment.
No comment. That's good. So how many of these total cards will there total be in circulation? Do we know?
How many cards was it?
How many packs are
Oh
going to
my God, there were so many. I can't.
No, we're not exactly sure how
Yeah.
many
Uh,
cards.
I can find out. I'm going to ask Wax while we're talking right here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Travis, I think we are referenced right here in this article.
We are.
NFT collectible packs have sold out in as little as 35 seconds. That was actually our last Blockchain Heroes launch.
Oh, wow.
Was that one right there?
35 seconds.
Boy, that's going to be a tough act to follow.
Well, while Sir Lord Travis asks you a brilliant question about the pack configurations, I'm going to ask the Wax team how many cards we're going to have here in total.
Yeah. Well, cool deal. I just asked this last brilliant question.
Well, ask another one because I'm
I
going
have
to
another brilliant question. What other information would you like people to know about this NFT collection? Is there anything that's any golden nuggets or anything that that you guys are you really excited about with the series that you want people to know about?
I think, what's really cool about the series that we picked out is, it shows my dad, like David said, chronologically. There's pictures from the 40s, the 50s and onward. It not only does it show him, in his career, there's some of that, but there's a lot with the family, because he was dedicated to family, especially later on in his life. Family was everything to him. And, we have a lot of very personal pictures, photos that are now the cards. And I think people really enjoy seeing him with his grandkids and his others. Yeah.
I'd say this. I think this is a really cool way to build on his memory and his legacy, because we're seeing a lot of celebrities going out there and maybe selling, hey, I have 3 images and I'm selling them for $4,000 each, and buy as many as you like. And this right here is really inclusive. Anybody can come in and buy a pack for, what is it, $10 and $25? Is that what they are?
Yeah.
That's inexpensive. Any Star Trek fan could come in and buy this, and I assume you're going to be able to do it with crypto or with credit cards, or just credit cards only. Do we know?
That's another Wax question. Definitely credit cards, but I would imagine crypto too. But
yeah, I think so. You would have to just.
Yeah, we're not positive, guys.
That's all right. So I don't have the exact numbers. I'm waiting to hear from them, but I heard some temporary ones before, and so I think that I think it's 120,000 total shards.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sound right?
Yeah.
So 120,000 shards. There's 3 that go to each card, so that would mean approximately 40,000 completed cards in the set, which is kind of a low supply, right? I think it's similar to what Shatner did, but knowing the demand for cards has increased, I think these are going to sell out really quickly.
All right. That sounds good.
That'd be great.
That would be great. We're really excited about it. And
Yeah.
It's all new to us. We've never done this before. This, of course, is the first time, and it's really exciting.
Mhm.
And that picture you just saw with Leonard, that was one Julie definitely took. That
This
picture
right here.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the freebie that
Yeah.
people have been able to collect over the past few days. Shard 1, it's over. Shard 2, you can grab right now, and then Shard 3, I believe, comes out in 2 days. And then you'll be able to create this complimentary Leonard's birthday.
It's a great card.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So you
Really
talk a
cool
lot
series.
about.
I'm really excited about it. Thank you guys for doing this, and I think the community is really going to appreciate it. And I know that there's a lot of Star Trek fans out there that will hopefully hear about it in time to be able to grab some of them as well. So I think it's going to be real. Oh, look at this! Only
There we
3,000
go.
packs.
Okay, so 3,000 with 10 shards is 30,000, and 3,000 with 30 shards in is 90,000. So there you go, 120,000.
Okay.
Primary pack sales with a credit card only, and the spaceship
Oh.
arrives in 5 days, 19 hours, 18 minutes. Really, of course,
That's
it makes
awesome.
sense. It makes sense to milk the whole space theme because he's known by so many. But Star Trek was actually a short-lived show that has lived on into posterity. Before we let you go, I'm curious, what are some of the other roles that your dad did afterwards that he was most proud of?
Well, right after Star Trek, he went right into Mission Impossible, the series Mission Impossible. And he did that series for a couple of years. And after that was done, he decided he wanted to go out and start, getting into other genres of the acting world. And he started working in plays, theatrical plays throughout the country consistently, year after year, as well as doing special television shows like A Woman Called Golda, about Golda Meir, and others. I mean, he created his own one-man show about Vincent van Gogh, told through Theo Van Gogh,
Right.
Vince's brother. So he really got involved in so many different aspects of acting and directing, which he directed a few 3 Men and a Baby, which is an enormous hit when that came out, and a few other movies as well. And then, of course, the Star Treks, two of the Star Trek movies. So, he didn't get locked into just playing Spock. He had interests in so many different things.
And also the show In Search Of.
Oh, yeah, and In Search Of, which
Julie worked on.
which was a great series and a lot of fun. So my dad had so many interests, and it's really hard to pinpoint like what the best ones were, but I think.
Well, that's even better. That
it's hard. I can't even say.
An abundance of life and a lot to celebrate. We're really glad to see this. Pleased to speak with you, and I'm sure that you can't wait to open some packs as well and start playing with this. So I know I'll be buying some. I know Travis will because it looks great, and I'm sure that's
one of the cooler ones. I'm excited about this one. These are the ones so there's some that come out that I just don't care about, but this one right here, man. I mean, who doesn't love Leonard Nimoy and the Spock character, and this is nostalgic, right?
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, thanks to both of you for coming on. We'll look forward to a successful sale here in just over 5 days. And
yeah.
I guess there's no other way to end it than
live
long,
prosper. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's so good, Sir Lord Travis. You are correct.
That was awesome.
That is the perfect ending right there of that. And I'll be snapped.
I thought you were gonna do it, and I was like, he's not doing it. Okay, I'll jump in
I'm
there.
taking it. I'm going in. Our last guest will be here in just a minute, and want to let you guys know, first of all, trying to put the word out about NFTs and wax. Really fortunate that Gary Vaynerchuk invited me to do an op-ed piece for his site. I didn't even know that the site existed, and because it's pretty new. It's called 137pm.com. You can see it's spelled out ONE37pm.com. And this blog is picking up a lot of traction. This is all Gary curated and invited content. And I had the opportunity to publish this piece today. The future of NFTs doesn't include gas fees. And Sir Lord Travis Wright put together this compilation photo of all the cool stuff on wax. And you can see we even got Nimoy snuck in here right next to Shatner.
I'm pretty sure I spent a couple 2-3 hours on this. I think I've covered almost every single pack that's been released on wax so far. I don't know that I missed. I thought about it. I went through it. I'd searched. I don't know that I missed one.
It's really impressive. It's a great picture. And I hope you guys get a chance to read and share this article, because this is a great way to spread the word about wax. But essentially, I go into the gas fees associated with Ethereum, and then talking. They even embedded our video here, Travis, for Blockchain
That's
Heroes
awesome.
First Strike, and go into how NFTs on wax don't require gas fees and are 1-second transactions. So thanks to Gary for inviting that opportunity, and let's keep spreading the gospel of the worldwide asset exchange.
Well, you know what? I guess in that same vein, then I had an opportunity this week to talk on Fox 4 News in Kansas City, because there was a big NFT launch with Patrick Mahomes. That he's the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to make sure to mute this thing here real quick. Let me share my screen as well, because we both have some cool, interesting other content here.
Let's give people that link too. How do they find the interview to watch the whole thing? Because it was a long piece. That
it ended up being about 15 minutes long. I guess we can. I guess I can post this, and maybe we can create a short URL.
Yeah.
We can put this. We'll put this link, I guess, in the. I can update the YouTube video.
Yeah, if you'll drop it in the chat right here on our live stream, I'll grab it and I'll make us a short link right now while you talk about it.
Yeah. So there was a Museum of Mahomes NFT series that went live, and so I created. They interviewed me before that this had came out, and it's on Maker's Place, and I was like, man, I hope it's not a money grab. I hope it's something where all the fans can participate in this and not just a few select ones. And the artwork was phenomenal. These right here were both selling for, I guess these are the different ones left, but this was 30,000. This one's selling for 30,000 as well. This one right here went for 80. Well, it's going currently at 82,500. These right here were selling for 2,500. These were selling for 5,000. This one right here, which I really love, selling for 7,500, and this one right here was selling for 10 grand. And now different offers are going down for different prices. They actually are, the values have gone down on some of these. But here's the thing: only 300 total people were able to participate in this thing, because they basically priced out everyone. I think it would have been a much better thing to maybe have a couple exclusive ones where the rich folks can go bid on it and have some of those be very rare. But then, you know what? Have a couple of these that were maybe $50 each or $100 each, and you could pay them with credit cards, and then maybe you get 50,000 people that have an opportunity to have a really cool Mahomes NFT. And instead, some of these celebrities are doing these things that are so exclusive that only 300 rich fans were able to participate in this thing, essentially, or people who had enough money to do it, not the everyday Joe, not the true fans. And so if you're a celebrity or you're a musician and you're thinking about doing an NFT series, think about delighting the most amount of people, not pocketing the most amount of money. Because if you delight the most amount of people, you'll make way more money in the end. Mm-hmm. He actually sold... Of this one right here, he sold for 2,500. He sold more of this particular edition than any of the other ones. And so, yeah, he sold what? He sold it for $250. Or he sold 256 of them. He said $640,000 on this. This was the piece of art he made the most on. Why? Because it was the least expensive and more people could participate. So, $2,500 still really expensive for a lot of people. I know some people bought some and said, okay, cool, I got this Mahomes NFT. Now what do I do with it? Right? And it's like, well, you put it on your wall and you look at it. It sure is, and it's cool. But
you guys go check out the link. I've made a short link for it. If you'll go to nifty.show/Mahomes after our show, you can go and watch the entire video. Travis makes a really good point there. In fact, we're going to record for the Sunday show of Bad Crypto is going to be called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of NFTs. And we're going to be going more in depth on the state of the NFT nation, some of the things we love, some of the things we hate. That's going to come out on Bad Crypto Sunday night. Congratulations on being a local guru, Sir Lord Travis.
Yeah. Om Mani Padme Hum, I'm now a guru.
All right, we have with us a guest here who reached out to us via badcryptopodcast@gmail.com. We get a lot of email, and this one really intrigued me because this is a musical artist. He's also a graphical artist, and he does some incredible art with his instruments and with his face because he beatboxes while he sings and plays. We are going to, shortly after he's done, give a URL for you to claim a free NFT that is a clip from this song. But he's going to perform live for us right now, put the guitar down, and his name is Taylor Alexander. Welcome, Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely, dude. We're ready for you to rock out, and I'm going to move things along quickly because we actually are going to have a limited edition sale of the full studio version of the song as an NFT on wax, straight up at the top of the hour. It's timed. It's ready to go. You have plenty of time to play your song, and we'll chat afterwards. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, turn off my camera, mute myself, and let you take the stage.
Right on.
Rock and roll, brother.
Go
Thank
for
you.
it.
So happy to be here. Just don't put the guitar down. You don't put the guitar down. An ending inside. You don't put the guitar down. It into the fight. But just don't stop. But just don't stop. But just don't stop. But just don't stop loving you, 'cause you've got so much more to do, whether you understand it, who or what comes around, so long as we don't put the guitar down. You don't put it down. See, I just put the guitar down. Yes, I did. A big shame on me. I had something better to do with my time. But this evening, but just don't stop loving you, 'cause you've got so much more to do, whether you understand it, who or what comes around, so long as we don't put the guitar down. But just don't stop. But just don't stop. But just don't stop. But just don't stop. Oh, but just don't stop loving me, 'cause I'm convinced that there has got to be something out there more relevant for both you and me, so long as we don't put the guitar down. Don't put the guitar down. Don't put the guitar down. Don't put the guitar guitar down. Don't put the guitar down. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, you can go ahead and put the guitar down now.
All right. I always do.
You said don't do it, but you still do.
Every time, you know, it's more or less about not giving up in the longer scheme of things. And yeah, when the pandemic wiped out my live music career, I had to pivot to something else. And I'd always kind of drawn and done art on the side, and I kind of gone all in on my my project called Humanimals, and now I'm in the NFT space. So I'm so grateful to be here. I can't thank you guys enough for having me on.
Well, what a pleasure. I mean, so the website he's talking about there is humanimalsart.com, and you can see all about Taylor's story right here. When, you know, he sent me the song, and of course, to date, really only M Blue has done something that I thought was really cool in the music and art and NFT space, and so it's a pleasure to welcome somebody else to the show that's also doing cool stuff. And in 3 minutes from now, this NFT called Dog Guitar God, which is essentially the studio recorded version of the song you just heard, and it's baller and it's badass. We're going to make it available for sale for 30 minutes only, and you can pick them up by going to nifty.show/dog. Okay, that's going to go live in 3 minutes here at nifty.show/dog, and you can pick up this original studio version. It's really good. I got to tell you, this song is catchy as heck, and I found myself humming it, and you know, as I'm getting up and walking and leaving, I'm like, that is an earworm right there.
Well, thank you. I just found out about your guys' show a couple weeks ago, and I love to take in new information via the podcast. So I learned about NFTs. I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. And I dove in, and the Nifty show was my gateway to this Nifty community, for lack of a better term. And so
we're the gateway drug, Travis.
The gateway dog, maybe.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what's so funny is Joel goes, yeah, that song was so catchy. I really liked it. And then I listened to it, and I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. And then I noticed, like, about, I don't know, like an hour later, it was like, that song got in me. That song entered my soul.
Oh, I'm so glad. I
love that style, dude. That's totally different. Not a lot of people do that sort of beatboxing while playing guitar type of, you know, thing. That's kind of a new niche. Is there anybody else that kind of does that style? I know Justin Timberlake does a little beatboxing, but he didn't really do it like that.
He's a huge influence of mine. Ben Harper has one song, "Steal My Kisses" from the '90s that has a little bit of that. But I really got into beatbox almost separately, like when I was in college, and I've been beatboxing for 15 years now. So it was kind of just another skill I saw as something I could maybe use, and I liked it. It helped me learn how to keep rhythm early on. And I started
your own metronome.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I play a lot of solo gigs because I can keep all the money that way. So however I could figure it out to make the live show entertaining, it's just evolved over the years. And I've been doing live shows for 13 years. So over that amount of time, things just kind of snowball. And I have a few songs that include that, but I
think there's a person living in your mouth because you're singing and beatboxing. Get ready, guys. Here we go. 4 seconds. Nifty.show/dog. You can go pick this up right now. I'm going to pick it up right now. Boom. Just like that. And pull that. I pulled that from our account, Travis, so I'll have to send that to my account and compensate.
Okay. I actually just bought two because that's how I roll.
That's how he rolls.
Thank you, guys.
So, absolutely. Well worth it. I think once you guys hear, in fact, let me do this. I minted number 1 so I could test it here, and you could hear how clean this studio version sounds. I'll just play a quick clip.
Don't put the guitar down.
It's a great production. It's really well done. So this is a great way to support musicians and innovativeness. And we're also going to do a giveaway, right?
Yeah, there's a animation NFT that I'm it's the culmination of everything that I do. It's a little bit of art. It's a little bit of
live music. And it's kind of like, in my opinion, from what the NFTs I've seen, a lot of them have some cool animation to it. So I tried to kind of bring that to for the first time to anything I've created. So
there's 3 variations today, and this first one here, everybody can get this for free. This one you're looking at right here. I'm going to give you the form in just a minute. This is a 21-second clip, so I'm just going to play the whole thing.
That was for you, Travis.
It's like a variation of the song, and this is what. So that one, we're going to give you a form to fill out here in a second. You can pick that up for free. And then there are 3 of these, and from the list of those who submit, 1 per person, 1 per wallet, please. Don't be that guy and put more than 1 wallet in. That'll come back with bad karma. This is the live dog version, and basically what you just heard, he's recreated the song right here, a 5-minute 25-second song, a variation that is the live version of Don't Put the Guitar Down, and 3 addresses are going to be randomly dropped this NFT. So welcome to the wild woolly world of NFTs, man.
I am ecstatic to be here. It's been crazy. Like I said, only 3 weeks, and I've minted a bunch of stuff, and now I'm here with you guys. I'm pinching myself. I'm truly honored. So thank you.
Well, we're not like Jimmy Kimmel or anything. We're not that cool. We're
not yet. I mean, who knows where this is going though?
Jimmy Kimmel's not that cool anyways, I guess.
Yeah, not anymore.
What does the dog thing mean? Is that because the dog is a humanimal?
The dog is one of my humanimal pieces. All of the humanimals are inspired by people who have inspired me. And my musical idol early on was John Mayer. So that's a depiction of John Mayer's dog shredding like him. His name is Moose. And to be honest, I didn't fully understand what Joel was asking me for, and I named a guitar dog god thinking it was like going to be the just the NFT. Probably should have called it Humanimals Volume 1, but we're learning every day.
I gave him 3 variation names. One of them was Studio Dog, one of them was Live Dog, and whatever the other one was. But you've got, I think, all of these here, this artwork, this is a series in and of itself that, I would say you should NFTify these.
I'm working on it. I created most of these in the last year since the pandemic, and started my business with them. And I'm making new ones of these all the time. I'm starting to do large original, like they start out as 18 by 24s, but I'm digitally capturing them all and then adding some extra little things. So I would love to do that. I'm just learning every day. So I'm very excited.
Dude, your artwork kind of reminds me. I'm gonna pull this up and see if I'm correct, but I think there was a book series. I think the book series was called Sweet Pickles.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I've heard of that.
Animals. I might be wrong with that because I typed in Sweet Pickles and I'm not pulling up any of the it's a Sweet Pickle books. Maybe
it didn't take you to a porn site, did it? I mean, no.
Yeah, that could be.
That's the sweetest pickle. Yeah. So take a look at that. Yeah, Sweet Pickles books. There, let me actually share my screen here real quick on that, just because
I will.
I cannot because Joel took away my
Go
screen.
ahead. You can share.
Okay, I can share again. Thank you, Sir Lord Joel.
Yes.
Thank you for your graciousness, sir. So there's these different characters. And they all had these little they all had a great message around it, and there was different sort of metaphors. Each book was its own little metaphor about positivity and learning about how to be a better animal. And so these were kind of humanimals type of people as well. And so
100%.
If you meant to have them similar, but that's just a universe thing, maybe.
I know from music, like inspiration comes from all over, and I'm sure that I've and as I've created them, I've started to notice them in other types of things too. Lots of cartoons kind of have a similar type of vibe where it's personifying the animal.
Those are completely humanimal type of things, though. So it kind of keeps that vibe going. I love it.
Yeah, kind of just speaking to like the relationship, like I think there's a broken relationship between us and Mother Nature and between each other. And at the end of the day, we're all animals trying to survive on the same planet. And That's kind of the overall
broken ecosystem between some humans and other humans. Like, we got to work on that too.
Yeah.
Totally. Hopefully we can realize in these pictures that being nice to each other is worthwhile.
Well, if there's anything we can do to help you with your artwork and NFTifying, we're here. And have you followed what MBlue is doing on
I have.
Wax?
I listened to that podcast, and that's what kind of got me even more excited, because I was just thinking about it as Humanimals. I didn't even realize music was an option. So, and that got me really excited, because that's been
that's exciting to me, because one of our missions is to help bring art, in whatever form it is, to NFTs. And so, I say people write, and some of the stuff they write with, it's not up to snuff. But you could see talent. And I'm not trying to blow smoke. I mean, there's a reason we invited you on. I was like, this is real talent. So if you guys haven't yet picked up the NFT, this is a limited edition in that it's time limited. Okay. And so far, 29 of you have picked up one of these NFTs. It's only 50 wax. Go get one of these, because once this timer's run out, Taylor goes and becomes this, incredibly well-known, famous musician. You're gonna be like, damn, I could have had a Taylor Alexander original, his first NFT, and I clowned out because it was $11. No, don't be that guy. But we are going to give you a free one. And what we're going to do to give this to you is send you to this form. Go to nifty.show/guitar. nifty.show/guitar will take you directly to the form to fill out. Again, one per, where is it? This is the NFT right here. It's got the animation right there with the dog playing guitar and a 21-second clip. These are going to go out randomly later on tonight to everybody who fills out the form accurately. Do not put in an Ethereum address, and do not mess up your wax address. If you mess it up, you don't get one. It's got to be, your address needs to be correct, and it needs to be lowercase. Please don't put uppercase. I'll fix the case because I can go in Word and go make them all lowercase, but ideally it's lowercase. There's no typos. And then 3 people are going to be drawn from that to get this NFT. You can see I've pre-minted right here, 1, 2, and 3, the live dog version of this. So those will be rare collectibles as well. Nifty.show/guitar for the form, nifty.show/god or dog. I got dyslexic there for a moment. Nifty.show/dog.
You know what's funny on that? Every time I was trying, when you're like, nifty.show/dog, and each time I typed in God. I did it 3 times. I'm like, damn.
I'm gonna make a simpler title next time, guys. I'm sorry.
I like it. I'm good with it. Dog Guitar God
it's palindromic, kind of,
Right on, man.
Definitely.
Well, cool. Anything else you want to share with the Nifty Show audience before we bid you on your guitar way?
I also have a podcast. It's a zany arts and culture podcast with my partner Diana Duwop, also a phenomenally talented artist. I would love to get her into this space. She's amazing and kind of my partner in crime in LA. And so yeah, if you guys want to hear us talk some crap and talk about art and whatever else we're going through, I also put music throughout the show, a lot of my own stuff.
What's it called again?
It's called Antiques Made Daily.
Antiques Made Daily.
Yep, little tongue in cheek.
Right on, with Diana Duwop.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. Well, and he's playing late at night, and she's in the other room screaming, "Put the guitar down!"
Like I can't.
Nope, I can't put the guitar down. Taylor, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you guys so much
for coming on.
I can't thank you enough.
And you are the first person to ever do a live performance on any of the shows that we've done, and we've done 600 or 700 of the Bad Crypto episodes, and almost 40 of these, and nobody's done anything live like that. So nicely done, good sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That is even a higher honor than being on the show at all. So I'm just,
Beautiful. You're too kind.
I'm speechless. Thank you guys.
Pick the guitar up.
I'll be in touch.
Pick the guitar up, but don't put it down.
There we go.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Sir Lord Travis, that is some good stuff right there.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, and he's singing at the same time. I mean, that's like, and playing.
That's the kind of talent that makes it big, dude. It's unique, it's interesting, and it's the kind of stuff that people like. Hey, folks on the YouTubes that are listening right now, if you have not given it a thumbs up, you should do that because that's a friendly thing to do. It doesn't cost you anything to be nice and do good
Don't
stuff.
do the thumbs down.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Put your
And then hit
thumbs up.
subscribe and then hit the bell because you want to make sure that whenever the next Nifty show comes on, you get notified.
Yeah. Also, our ratings for the podcast version of both Bad Crypto and the Nifty Show are going up. The Nifty Show has officially gone into the top 100 of iTunes investing category now. It's like it hit 95 and came back to 103 and then back up to 99. So we're pushing up. There's more and more downloads. So, if you've missed a show or you want to take us with you wherever you go to iTunes or Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play. Just look up the Nifty Show, and if the platform allows you to leave a review and you feel like giving 5 stars, then give us a 5-star review and pass along good stuff. And we're working on some stuff.
This show is not
Travis.
NFT financial advice, so I don't know why the hell we're in investing, but I guess we are.
There's 2 things we've got going on right now, Sir Lord Travis. One is to the left of you. If you turn your head to the left, good, look left. And there it is. Bitcoin Elite is happening on the 21st. We're getting ready to launch the series. You can see right there, over the past 4 days, we have released 3 pre-launch tokens from our Bitcoin Go Burr collection. I'm going to pull up my screen here so you guys can see this. If I can find the screen sharing dilly hopper thingamajigger. There it is.
Don't pull the screen up.
So day one, there was 1,000 of the ones called Benjamins, and Sir Lord Travis created all these, and they're fantastic. They all have this green money printing theme
Thank
to
you,
it.
good stuff. Thank you. You're so kind.
These were only 0.21 wax, and they sold out. And then day 2, quantity went down with the inflationary one. 750 of those were available, and they went for 2.1 wax. Day 3, there was 420. For some reason, 5 didn't get purchased. I don't know what that's all about because they were only 21 wax.
Oh man, I totally forgot to grab one.
Now look at these. These are going to go here pretty soon. If you guys haven't picked one up yet, the scarcity is definitely going up. There's very few of these pre-release tokens that we've put out that have had fewer than this amount. There's 210 of them. There's 149 available right here for 210 wax.
What drop number is that?
This is the 4th one.
6950.
Oh, yeah, 6950. And then tomorrow we'll see who the true Bitcoin Elite are, because this final one, the debt machine, goes on sale. As soon as this one ends in 17 hours, 45 minutes, 57 seconds, the final pre-release launches. And we're like, you know what? There's only 21 of these. And since we're not doing another unique art piece like we did with Vezas last month, we just shoved the decimal point over one more place. We'll see how many people want to jump in on this. If only one does, it'll be super rare. If 21 do, it'll still be rare. But, the fewer people that purchase this, the rarer this one is going to be. So tomorrow, this one will go on sale, followed by the main event on the 21st. By the way, if you guys want to get to this page, it's nifty.deals. This one's not nifty.show. We have 2 URL shorteners for this. nifty.deals/elite will take you to this page where you can see these remaining pre-release. And then at thebitcoinelite.com on Saturday at noon Eastern time is where you will be able to pick up the 2010 Bitcoin price when it was at January 3rd of 2010. How much was it, Trav?
Which one?
The price on January 10th, January 3rd, 2010.
Oh, it was January 10th. No, January 3rd, 2010.
Yeah.
Bitcoin was 4 cents.
4 cents. So this is the second release of the commemorative January 3rd price of Bitcoin. The first one was last month on the 21st. And now this one, I'm actually going to pull up our Hero Report presentation to show people what this piece looks like. And we've decided to do it differently this month. Last month, it was you could buy one every 3 minutes. This time you could only get one per wallet during the 21-minute sale. And there's 2 variations. So you guys should be able to see that right here. Here's one of them. The only difference is
these really are beautiful. I love this.
Gorgeous.
It's got a really cool vibe. It's a way thicker than those normal cards. This is a definitely a more luxe version of and this is a sexy NFT. Look at the freaking reflection on the bottom there, man.
Right. Oops, let me go back here so you can see. So the difference is the first one has the white Bitcoin on it, and the second one has the gold Bitcoin. So there is a claim NFT that you'll be able to get when you purchase it. It's a non-transferable, and then we will drop one of these to you randomly afterwards. And so there's 2 number 1s that are going to be in this collection, and you might end up with either one. Look at that. So sexy.
Very cool. That's going to be going on the 21st, which I guess is technically tomorrow. Well, technically for me, it's tomorrow because where I'm located at, but I guess it's in a couple of days for most everyone else on Sunday.
Right. So that's going to be fun. So the bitcoinelite.com, and this will be available on Atomic Hub that you can pick these up. Again, it's only going to be a 21-minute sale, 1 per wallet. And the other thing that we're working on, Travis, is to your right. Look to your right. What do you see over there?
Oh, Upland Collectibles.
This is going to be huge between all of y'all that are used to getting stuff on wax and the people in the Upland community, which is a really big community. They're the top DApp game on DApp Radar. This is coming on April 6th, 2021. It's going to be a 2-part sale, and this is a mashup of Upland and Blockchain Heroes, where there's going to be a lot of different assets, both from the Upland universe and from the Blockchain Heroes universe, including mythic items that are going to be importable into the Upland game, like these block explorers right here. You'll actually be able to use this block explorer if you were to acquire it in the game.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think I don't know this, but this might be the very first NFT series that puts its community members front and center, right?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen any other NFT series do this, and we got like 50 to 60 of those director custom explorers that it's basically we're showcasing the top members of that community on an NFT series. That's really cool to me.
Mm-hmm. And so next week on the Nifty Show, we'll have 3 guests for you again, but the first one is going to be Dirk Lewith from Upland, and they are our partners on this, and we're gonna
look at this one. This is ridiculous.
We're gonna talk extensively the 3D Travis had.
I look like a for real cartoon character right there.
Yeah, totally. I can almost hear your mouth,
You can almost hear my mouth moving,
saying words and things. Yeah.
Nice.
So he'll be on the show next week. Now, next week's show is going to be on a special day, same time, but I have to travel next Friday. And so we're going to do the Nifty Show next week on Thursday at the same time, 5 o'clock Eastern. And so if you have us on your calendar, mark down that it's going to be the same bat time, same bat channel, well, but on a different bat day.
That is true. And, we're really grateful that you guys are tuning in and enjoying the show. I mean, it's not everybody who can say they have 2 top 100 podcasts that are in business investing on iTunes, right? And that's not because of us. It's because of you guys tuning in and you guys leaving nice reviews and religiously listening. So thank you to you guys, man. We really appreciate that. And what do you got to say at the end of this one? We're here at the end, since we just, again, live long and prosper.
We should say live long and prosper, or be nifty and prosper, and
be nifty and stay bad and prosper.
And I guess I'll say this one more thing. If you didn't catch the form, nifty.show/guitar to get the freebie, and you have, let's see, 9 minutes. I'm going to make one more push for Taylor's thing here. I know we officially ended the show, but I'm going to unend it for just a second. Right here, nifty.show/dog. will take you to this. 37 of you have purchased the studio version of Don't Put the Guitar Down. You have 9 minutes and 5 seconds left to grab one of these for 50 wax, nifty.show.
And while you waited, the price went up a little bit because the price of wax is going up a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Wax is going to the moon. There we go. All right, so that's going to do it. Not